it's nice talking after release so we can talk about some spoilers. I
Yeah.
have to ask you about the ending, man. It's so visually striking. There's a ridiculous amount of blood on you. My poor dude Tim Heidecker got what he deserved. How is it getting covered in blood and really just unleashing that character for that ending? How was it filming that?
Yeah, I think, physically it's taxing because you're in the sun and you're outside covered in blood that's like sticky and, certain things you have to film out of order. So you have to get more blood on you. And then, oh, we're going to come back in here and shoot this. So you have to take more blood off. And, then you have to break for lunch. And do you want to sit in blood for lunch and reapply it? So I think the logistics of the blood was fun to play with, not really fun to play with. And it's hot, so like, you want to sit down, but then the cloth of the chair, it's so many different things. But I think the beauty of the blood and being that being in that headspace of the character, it created more of an animalistic tone to my performance and got to really feel vulnerable. And I think I've learned to use it in a sense of the uncomfortability of like being that exposed, covered in blood, shirt off. It's now I'm gonna pour that into the performance. But yeah, it was cool to see and fun to play with all the gags when it came to the cutting of hand off or something like that. It got to like it was scary because I didn't want to hit them. It's a fake sword, obviously, but didn't want to hurt anybody. But yeah, at the end of the day, it still was fun and it got. I'm glad the character got to persevere.
Yeah, and I also enjoyed watching the alternate ending and the deleted end scenes that are with the digital release and the home release. And they both show Cam playing football with the Saviors and finding success. And we see Marlon's character in real rough shape during the alternate ending. Do you wish that we saw some of Cam's like pro success in the film, or are you kind of happy where the theatrical version ended things?
Yeah, I think one of the alternate endings, he wasn't playing for the Saviors or additional scenes. If you look closely, he wasn't playing for the Saviors. But no, I think how they ended it was perfect for me because I want the audience to use their own personal opinions and feelings about who and where um, Cameron played for or played at, or even if he decided to pursue football. And I think that open for interpretation is the beauty of art, where you get to really tap into, the theories and when you put a stamp or an answer to somebody's question, it doesn't always become more universal. And I think you just got to keep the people thinking. So yeah, I think how it ended was exactly how it was supposed to be.
Yeah, and you mentioned like engaging with the film. I really feel like people have to do that more. And I've been engaging with this film since I saw it. And I grew up near Penn State, so this idea of like football as a religion and like a cult like devotion, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And we all love sports, but that passion can be used and be twisted by people negatively. So, what about that framework of sports as a religion did you find most interesting?
Um, I think the framework as sports as a religion is, I think what this movie does most interestingly is just hold up a mirror. And I think that's the hardest thing to do is just hold a mirror and let people see themselves. And I think the beauty of football is the community of it. But when you treat it like a religion, then people place their own thoughts and opinions and discernments or negative remarks on actual human beings. And I think that's the actual negative part about treating football like religion, because you start treating people, human beings, like gods, and then when they disappoint you, then you destroy them like they're uh you know uh a fallen angel. And I think that's the scary thing about sports and it being that religious for the community. But yeah, I think we can all find a healthy balance between loving a team and player and still protecting the human that that player is, because at the end of the day, you know, they have those emotions, they have those fears, that anxiety of you know, performance, and they want to perform, and if they perform bad, like, you know, a single play can change a player's trajectory and career. But I think, you know, just remembering that these athletes are still humans.
Yeah, that's wonderfully said. Thank you so much for your time, Tyreek. And I think this film's really going to age well. I think there's some really interesting themes to unpack.